Welcome to the Spring 11 podcast. It is I, Paulinho, the Peruvian Paulinho, and Joe Anderson. Welcome, Joe.
Why do you get a cool nickname? What is that? I didn't get a
Okay,
chance
here
to
we go.
nickname.
Mr. Anderson.
All right, just go, let's go. This is gonna be a short episode, guys.
So it's gonna be a little short. We're gonna try and keep it short. Unless Joe gets me on another rant again. But so we have uh the Champions League final comes up on June 1st. So we have Tottenham playing against Liverpool. And what are your feelings on that one, Joe?
Well, I got Liverpool winning, I think, because Salah and Firmino should be back. Yeah, I think they're going to just overpower Tottenham at this point. Honestly, like, there's not going to be anything else I can really see that I can't really see Tottenham winning this one. Honestly, I mean, in soccer, it's always that one game. You always have a chance, but I think Liverpool's players, they just got too much talent. I think on that team, really, I can see it. With Keita and Shaqiri off the bench, Firmino, Salah should be back, Mane. I think they're going to be on Tottenham from the jump. I think Tottenham's going to have to play a lot of defensive ball and try to just look to counterattack, honestly.
It's gonna be an interesting game to watch. What I'm looking to see from Liverpool is if they can play pressure again, like they did against Barcelona in the second leg, where if they have their trio up front, their trident, they should be effective against Tottenham, giving them nightmares during the day, the whole game. The interesting what I want to see is the middle. I always love to see the middle. In this case, is you have Christian Eriksen in the middle. He's the playmaker for Tottenham. So in order for them to succeed, he has to be able to be in the game. Him plus Son, because Kane is not in the game. Ali, as aggressive as he is, I can see him being nullified in this game because of the aggressionness. He might get a yellow card, cause him to play a little precarious the rest of the game, depending how early he gets it. So that's going to be interesting to see. Milner and Henderson look to stop Eriksen, keep him shut down, closing the passing lanes on him. Virgil will have his hands busy with Son and Lucas up front, because Lucas had a heck of a game to get them there in that spot with a freaking hat trick in the second half of the second leg against Ajax.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man.
So, I have Liverpool winning this game. I think Mane will have another wonderful game. He won't get credit for having the game that he's going to have. I think Firmino will score a goal or two, and Salah may have one. Tottenham will get one in return. So it's going to be 2-1 or 3-1 in favor of Liverpool is the way I see this game ending. I have Liverpool lifting that cup at the end of the night.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
Yeah, and what's going to be interesting is to see what happens after this. I really like to see what Pochettino's going to do, if he's going to stay with this team or not. There are rumors that they're going to lose a lot of players, and the Spurs, not known for actually spending a lot of money, how are they going to reinforce themselves if they lose a lot of players in this offseason? Is a good question, and something to keep an eye and follow afterwards as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, just, go against what you said. To go with what you said, I can see probably Dele Alli, maybe Kane, probably Kane. Eriksen, I believe, is already gone to Real. After his string of performances, even Lucas Moura might get bought. I don't see Vertonghen or Alderweireld really going anywhere. Wait, I think I feel like I had heard Alderweireld and his name pop up too in rumors. So they might get picked apart, honestly. And like you said, I don't see Tottenham going out spending like 70 mil on people every year in the transfer window. So I see them more of a team that just keeps building with youngsters and stuff. Because I don't. I think they had. Didn't they have Dele Alli? Like they just brought him up. They didn't like buy him from somewhere, right?
I forgot where they got him from. They got him from another team. I don't think Kane and Ali are going anywhere. The biggest name that is leaving is Ericsson. I've heard Trippier may be leaving. There are offers that he's being looked at. Is the word that I'm seeing. Lucas Moura may be somebody that may be a name that they may be picked up because of the fact that everybody thought he was. Yeah, everybody thought he like after PSG he was done. There was nothing left for him. But he pretty much had a pretty decent to good season this especially in the Champions League. And a lot of players tend to make their names and more money for themselves in the Champions League. I mean, look at the lid. He's trying to make more money now because of what Ajax did in the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, I who did you see Kieran Trippier going to? Because I'm not really a big fan of his. I think he's just like a poor man's Kyle Walker, honestly. You know, that's really what I see him as. I don't think he's really that good, honestly. Where'd you see him, like, being transferred to?
It was still in the EPL, I think. Take a look real quick.
Where? I'm trying to
Oh,
think
it was Napoli. Napoli was looking at him.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That'll be interesting. I could see that. Napoli's tough. They're tough and they're fast. They play really fast. That'd be an interesting move. All right.
So that's what's interesting. If he leaves, how are they going to replace him? Because when I saw him in the World Cup, I thought he actually impressed me in the World Cup, and I actually started trying to keep an eye on him while watching Tottenham play a couple games here and there. So he's not a bad player. He just needs to go into the right system. He just can't go into any team and expect the same quality. He has to find a style team that fits his style, which lets him move up. But he needs to also be responsible enough to come back, because most teams usually tend to do that, and you can get away with it. In England, it's more like you can kind of get away with it more than other teams or other leagues. Sorry, Spain, you'll get burnt, and Italy, you'll get burnt as well. So he needs to learn how to be a little more responsible when going up and then coming back as well. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see what he does if he decides to stay. The numbers I'm looking at, I'm hearing is 22 to 25 million pounds.
That's not a bad price for him. That's not bad.
No.
He's not like an amazing player, but he's a solid player, solid look back. I mean, I had the same question when Tottenham sold Kyle Walker. I was like, who's going to replace Kyle Walker? And Trippier stepped in and played decently well. They also had Danny Rose and they have Serge Aurier, but Trippier's held down for the spot pretty well. So I think even if they end up selling him between Rose and Aurier, they'll probably be all right. And then they might get somebody else for Serge because they brought him in for a decent amount, and he hasn't really panned out for them yet. I know he's been searching for some inconsistencies and I think some injuries too, but maybe if he's healthy for a full season, he'll probably turn it around. I'm surprised more people haven't gone after Danny Rose, honestly. I like Danny Rose.
That's somebody that I thought would get more of traction on, and I'm just surprised. I wonder what's the problem with him.
I don't know. Maybe he wants to just be there, but I mean that's what people say almost about anybody. Like I don't know. I think he's a solid left back or right back, whatever. I think he's played left, but I think he's a solid player. He's quick. He's a great defender, and he has like a good bend on the ball and everything. He can put the ball in the box and everything. So I don't know. I don't know why more people are like looking at him like he could play for another team, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah. So speaking of other finals, Copa del Rey was yesterday, and Barca lost that game 2-1 against Valencia. um, the president of Barca came out saying that he didn't blame Valverde for the loss, which I found interesting because if you're not blaming the coach for the loss, who are you blaming? Anybody? I mean, is it? I mean, it's one of those you don't want to take away from Valencia beating you, but why did you lose?
He's gonna play. He blamed the pitch. That's what he did.
did he did he
Blame.
did he do did he do a Patriots? The ball was deflated, so they couldn't play
Mm,
well.
he blamed the pitch and the weather, and the grass wasn't cut to his liking. So there's a lot of
Oh,
factors.
I
You gotta
mean,
determine.
it's gonna be. Here's the question. So, Barcelona was it like a month ago, maybe 2 months ago? They were in place to win a treble. Within a matter of less than a month, they've gone from winning a treble to just having a Liga title. Like, I mean, I, it's hard to say. It's hard to say like you got to fire somebody, but it's like what can you say about Valverde, man? It's like you won the La Liga twice, 2 years in a row. Last year you won a domestic double. This year you were on pace to win a treble, like last year. But again, like last year, you messed up on the second leg in the Champions League. And again, you went into the second leg with the lead, going away, and you lost the game. You lost so badly that you were eliminated. And then this year, you go into the Copa del Rey final, and you lose that one. And then the lineup was like, I saw the lineup. I don't know how he formed them, but it's like okay, so you start Sergio Roberto at right, upper right, so right forward. Why? Why? So then you could put Malcolm in there. You could put Malcolm in, take Semedo out, and push Roberto back. Like,
Nope.
just just say you don't like Malcolm, bro. Just say you don't like Malcolm. Just say it. Just be out with it. Just say you don't like him. I know you didn't want him, but just say you don't like him at the same time as well. Like I never want him and I don't like him. You can go back to France for all I care. Just say it. Just say it, man. God, bro.
There's another Paul rant.
And you didn't
That
do
was
it
a
this time.
follower. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it either time. That's a funny
Oh
deal. He's a
man,
funny dude, man. Like,
it's just frustrating though, man. It's like man,
it's just the
like you
market
have
for
young
success
guys.
going down, man. That's all it is. Like, that's the market for themselves going down. Like last year was a double, and everybody was like, really only a double, like whatever, blah blah. Now this year it's like we only got one trophy, and even even the league trophy, it was like we scored the least amount of points ever for the trophy. We scored 87 points in the season, and we still won the La Liga. Like it's just like it just seems like the the standard. It's like we lowered standards now. Like we're okay coming with just a league title now. With this guy, like
Yeah,
it seems like no matter what he can, no matter what he does, he doesn't get. He's not responsible for it. So that's
no,
why I was saying,
and
making the joke like the pitch was messed up. That's why we lost. Like, because what else do you blame it on? Obviously, you're. It's not the manager's fault we lost everything. Like, it's not him. Like, so whose fault is it then? Like, you know, but just like
and
like, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
even looking back, even looking at the standings, and yeah, we won La Liga with the lowest points. Then you look back, Real had a horrible year, even though they finished third. They had a horrible
Yep.
year. Atletico Madrid had a bad year as well, finishing second. So it's like we were like a sixth grader playing basketball with kindergarten kids.
Like, are you really good? or are you just the best of a bad bunch? Like,
And it's annoying because you look at that roster on paper, you're like, this is a pretty good roster. You guys should be winning some titles. Oh, you're only winning your league title because of the fact that the other top two teams, one is pretty much old, the other one is had injury issues like all season. And if you don't know which one is which, then you need to pay attention. Real Madrid just got old, like in like over the summer they got old. Atletico had a bunch of injury issues that hit them here and there at the wrong times, and it's just, oh my gosh, man. Moving on. So after the Champions League is done on June 1st, pretty much all we have left is federation tournaments. We have CONCACAF has their Gold Cup, then CONMEBOL has their Copa America, and then Europa League is coming up as well. The Euro Cup, sorry. Oh yeah, Europa League final. That's coming up the 29th. You ready for that?
2 days, man. 2 days. When you're in. That's it. That's all I can say. Win the Europa League, you're in the Champions League. That's all we gotta do. Now let's talk about. I'm ready. I'm focused. I'm focused like I'm playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to go. That's it. We beat Chelsea during the season, so we got a good shot at winning that game. There's no reason we should lose. Just as long as Valverde's now on our sideline, we'll be all right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you know it's bad when I take Unai Emery over somebody.
Yeah. But going back, it was the UEFA Nations League semifinals as well.
Who's in that?
The semifinal, the first leg, the first one is Portugal, Switzerland. That's going to be played on June 5th, and on June 6th is the Netherlands versus England.
That's an interesting game. Netherlands, England. I like that one.
Yeah. This is that new format, Nations League things that they're doing. Still kind of.
I saw a couple of the games. It was all right.
Yeah. So I mean, I see Portugal winning their match against Switzerland in a close one. Switzerland's gonna give them everything they can. I think Portugal is just gonna pull it out. I mean, not just Ronaldo, but they got a bunch of talented young kids coming up, especially that one Yao Felix that's coming up. He's one to watch. We were talking about him earlier. You think he's staying there at Benfica? You don't think he's gonna go anywhere?
He could go somewhere, but I think another year can really drive his price up as long as he does well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think personally he should stay another year, but I think he's gonna get bought by somebody. I don't know who it is. I hope it's not like Man City, like just they pull Bernardo Silva and just buy him for like 80 mil and play him sparingly. I hope it doesn't happen. But
yeah.
I like to actually see the kid.
What I want to watch at this game is I need to find out if Renato Sanchez got called up for the team, because I know he was having issues playing on the club level. I think it was for Bayern. I don't know where he's at now.
Yeah.
That book is moving around a lot. And then the other side is yeah. On the other side, we got England and the Netherlands. That's going to be interesting to watch. That might be a better game at the end of it. But I think, to me, I think England's going to pull this one out.
Yeah, I'm going with England on that one. I think the Netherlands are like a really old team.
I think they're going to try and go with their veterans on this one, and when you should start looking into the future, which a lot of teams tend to not do. But if they go, I got to see what their squad looks like. I haven't looked at it yet because this one's something I just remember now. It just came up to me. So I honestly I think it's going to be England Portugal in the final, and then Netherlands versus Switzerland for third place, which I think the Netherlands is going to take. I could see Portugal win this game, this Nations League thing. So I mean,
You said
it's
this
a
is
matter of like days.
the UEFA Nations League, right?
Yeah, it's that new thing that they started.
All right, so I just looked up the Netherlands Netherlands team right now. Um, so I want to say their goalkeeper. They got Jasper Silason. I'm pretty sure he's starting. And the defenders, they got Patrick Van Aanholt. They got Virgil van Dijk. They have Nathan Ake, Stephen De Vrij, Denzel Dumfries, Daley Blind. They have Delict. They have Daryl Yanmat. Their midfielders, they have Ryan Babel, Donny Van de Beek, which a lot of people were looking into buying actually. Davy Proper, Gigi Wijnaldum, Frankie de Jong, Martin de Roon, Kevin Strootman, Pablo Rosario, which is just not a Netherlands type of name to me. Pablo Rosario, okay. And they have Luke de Jong, Memphis Depay, Justin Kluivert, Quincy Promes, and Arnott Robbenveld. So, honestly, their forwards are pretty young. De Jong's their oldest. He's 28. Their midfield is the midfield has a decent mix. Ryan Babel's 32, Ruud Vormer's 31, Strootman's 29. Then they have Donny Van de Beek was 22, GD's 28. Um, then they have their back four. They have their back line, and the oldest person on their back line is Daley Blind. He's 29. So this is actually a pretty young Netherlands team. I'm not surprised by that. I haven't been paying attention to it too much, but it's not a bad team at all, actually. That makes it more interesting. Now that, and who are they playing? Who Netherlands playing?
England.
England. All right. Let's see. Because now I want to see what England's fielding because they don't have Harry Kane. So he's not on the team.
Well, no, they're saying that Harry Kane might make it to this game, even though he misses the Champions League final.
Why? Why would you? Why would you play this and not the Champions League? Whatever. I don't care. I'm not an England fan. I don't care.
So it's a difficult position.
It's a joke.
Club or country, it's always comes down to that. But at this point, I would actually rather play a Champions League than in this one. Because this is a new tournament. I don't know I'm still trying to figure out what happened. I don't even know if I want to bother reading into this a lot. The Nations League, it makes no sense. That was my gripe I had with last year with Salah. It's like, all right, you fell on your shoulder. Okay, that shit hurts. All right, you pop your shoulder out. That junk hurts. I understand. Bandage that thing up, pop it in there, just keep playing. You know, he didn't play. He just fell. He cried. He held his shoulder, and I'm like, bro, Franz Beckenbauer played with a broken collarbone and a dislocated shoulder in the World Cup.
You're talking about a legend, though.
This is before he became a legend, though. This is like, bro, that
was something legendary, though.
Even not even that. Gago, the Argentinian Gago, he tore his ACL in a game against Peru in the qualifiers. He went to the sideline. And there's a video, you can see it. It's in Spanish though. He's telling him to tape it up, and I tell him, no, you can't. Your leg is messed up. He's like, I don't care, just tape it up. And they did what he said. They taped it up. He went out there. He played a few minutes before he actually fell and realized he really couldn't keep going anymore. It's like, bro, he's like, there's one thing is like if you mess up, you tore your ACL, and it's another thing if you pop your shoulder out and you just pop it right back in. You don't kick with your shoulder. You don't do much with your shoulder. You balance yourself with your shoulder. Yes, but you adjust yourself. You know what I'm saying? you that's the whole point. But that's a whole other conversation, man. I don't want to get into it.
It's also the Champions League final. Like you gotta tough it out and just play.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, it's a final, man. Like, what it
It's
was gonna
not two
happen if,
legs or anything. Like
and who's to say you make it again?
I mean, he did, but like, come on,
He
the Champions
he,
League,
he did, but it's only because Valverde screwed up in the second leg, and I don't know what the heck he was thinking.
he did what we did. He did what we knew he was gonna do. We were hoping he didn't. The only thing he shouldn't, the only thing he wasn't supposed to do was park that bus. And he drove that big yellow cheese bus in the Anfield to the midline, and he put that bitch in park.
No, what happened was Klopp was like, you know what? Let me pressure you. Let me see what happens. I'm going to pressure you. And he's like, he doesn't know what to do. So they're just like, just play back and just figure it out. But we'll figure something out. He never figured it out. He felt under the pressure that Klopp put him under. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to, bro. You can't have that. Man. You can't have that.
He was watching American football. He was like, I heard this quote. It says, defense wins championships. So we're going to go with that. We're going to see what happens.
Oh. Oh, my gosh. He's stupid.
That's what he said. Never mind scoring the goals. Just play defense.
All right. We can go. Let's keep it moving because okay. All right. Yeah. So I have England and Portugal in the finals for that, and I have Portugal winning the whole thing. To be honest,
I'm looking at England's squad right now. I mean, they're pretty young, but it's just typical England. Like they just love their defenders. Like they brought 4 goalkeepers. Maybe obviously only Jordan Pickford's been playing, but then dude, these guys have like 12 defenders.
I don't think that's. I think that's the players that were invited to camp. That might not be the final roster to play for that game.
This is the squad because it has the numbers of games that everybody's played on next to their name and everything.
Mm.
This is the actual squad for like they have even just for defenders. They have Joe Gomez, Eric Dyer, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Danny Rose, Kieran Trippier, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ben Chilwell, Harry Maguire, Kyle Walker, Michael Keane, James Tarkowski, and Lewis Dunk. Like, you got like 12 to 15 defenders. Like, and then their midfielders, they got Harry Winks, Loftus-Cheek, Raheem Sterling, Fabian Delph, Dele Alli, Jordan Henderson, Jesse Lingard, Ross Barkley. Like, we just have so much. And I mean, in their forwards, they have Kane, Rashford, Sancho, Welbeck, and Callum Wilson.
Here's what I find funny though: is they're playing the games on Wednesday and Thursday. I don't get it. Why would you play those? Like, play both games on Saturday. Play one like at 1, the next one at 3. Like,
yeah, I don't know why they're doing that either. It's like they don't want viewers.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't even really know who Callum Wilson is. I don't know too much about this guy.
Loaf his cheeks.
And you got Harry Kane. We'll see if Kane actually plays in this game. He played 4 games before, so we'll see if he plays.
They got Welbeck there. I think Welbeck was injured.
I got Welbeck up there. Maybe he is injured. But they got Welbeck up here. Kane, Rashford, Sancho, Welbeck, and Callum Wilson. Obviously, Rashford's going to start. It'd be interesting to see who they put across from him, depending on what their formation is. I don't know what their formation is. They might be playing him up top by himself, Or they might, because they probably have Ali playing in more of the attacking midfielder role, pushing it forward with Lingard and Sterling playing the wings. I don't know.
We know what defense is going to be like. Stones, Trippier, Alexander Arnold, and
Probably
Deer.
Maguire. You think Eric Dyer?
That's going to be the back line.
Eric Dyer, doesn't he? I thought he played more of a center, a defensive midfielder type of role.
They have him here as a defender.
Yeah, that's weird part.
Yeah. Well, they got Raheem as a midfielder too.
Yeah, I know. That's all that is. Left winger.
But, moving on to the Gold Cup. So the Gold Cup starts in June as well, on June 15th. So here's Group A. Group A is Canada, Cuba, Martinique, and Mexico. I think it's going to be Mexico 1, Canada 2 out of that group. I mean, I didn't even know Martinique and Cuba had soccer teams, to be honest.
Cuba, yes. Martinique, I don't even know where Martinique is located. So,
bro, Cuba is for baseball, man. Seriously. I'm so bad right now. I'm so bad right now.
I mean, I get it, but come on, like, where's Martinique? Where is that?
It's an island.
Island next to where?
Probably Bermuda, which is also in here.
Moving
Bermuda,
on.
Group B is Bermuda, Costa Rica, Haiti, and Nicaragua. All right. So right off the bat, Costa Rica's number 1. So who's number 2?
Costa Rica's 1. I'm going Haiti. Haiti played well. I believe it was the last Gold Cup. I think it was some tournament. Maybe it was the World Cup. It was one of these last competitions. They played pretty well.
I'm going Nicaragua. I'm going Nicaragua.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah.
I don't even know anybody that's a Nicaraguan player.
Oh my God.
I would just say that. Like, I don't know anybody.
Oh my gosh. Moving on. Group C is Jamaica, Honduras, El Salvador, and Curacao. Curacao is that small little island. Another one.
Yeah, no shot. No shot.
I think I'm looking at this and man, it's rough between the Reggae Boys, Honduras, and El Salvador. Curacao is pretty much like a 3, like for everybody. Oh, you get a win. But it's like after that, the other teams, like, I'm not sure where to go.
All right. So wait, tell me the 4 teams again.
So you have Jamaica, Honduras, El Salvador, and Curacao.
All right.
Curacao's going to be Curacao's going to be in 4th place.
They're in 4th place. They're out.
Yeah.
I'm going Jamaica and Honduras. That's where I'm going. Ray, come on now, make your decision. Where we go?
It's tough, man. It's tough because either one of these 3 teams, I can pick any variation of these 2 of these 3 teams to make it to the next round, and you can have a solid argument for any of these 3 teams.
It's an open group. It definitely is. You want some names on the Jamaican national team? You want me to read the roster to you?
I'm going to go Jamaica and El Salvador. I think we both agree on Jamaica making it. The Reggae Boys will make it to the next round. Because didn't they win it like a couple of years ago? Something like that. They beat like USA or I think they in the finals or semifinal. I can't remember. So I know they're good. So I just can't figure out.
I don't know, but the first game they opened up against us, so He'll be up against the U.S. So we'll see.
And then the next group is Guyana, Panama, Trinidad, Tobago, and USA.
Oh man, this is gonna be the last episode. People are gonna hate me with my predictions.
So right off the rip, Guyana is they're going to be in fourth place. They're going to be in fourth place. I have USA and Panama qualifying into the next round.
Oh boy, yeah. I got. Oh god, this is terrible. I, I have no conviction when saying I have the U.S. going to the next round because I don't know what U.S. team is going to show up. Like as easy I can say U.S. I could also say, I could also say what's it called? Who was it? You said Panama and who else is in it? Oh, I can easily say I could easily say Panama and Trinidad and Tobago because the U.S. loses to both of those teams all year long. Like, so I can easily say like Trinidad, Tobago, and Panama. I'd be completely fine with my prediction. Like, you don't know, the U.S. can sit up here and come out and just 2-0 everybody, or 3-0 everybody, or 3-1 everybody, and dominate the group, or they could sit here and in one of these games where the U.S. has to play Guyana and win 3-0 in order to make it to the next round. And everybody's still on the edge of their seat, and we score like the 3-0 goal like the last minute of stoppage time, and it's like, yo, like there's no reason we should be struggling to make it in this cup. But it depends on what you.
Here's the interesting part. So USA is going to play, depending on where they land first or second in Group D, they will play opposite. If they're first in Group D, they play second place Group C. So they will play either Jamaica or Honduras in your case. In my case, El Salvador.
Okay, so if the U.S. wins Group D, and I have Honduras in the second, if the U.S. could beat Honduras, that's fine. I see U.S. could beat Honduras and the U.S. could beat Jamaica. So either way, I'd be okay with that. That's fine. Now, I don't know how you feel about that, at least for your picks.
All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Let me bring this up here, and let me start sharing this screen. We'll write this down. All right. So for the Gold Cup, who do you have winning Group A?
I have. Who's the Group A again?
Group A was Canada, Cuba, Martinique, and Mexico.
Mexico. Oh man, Sportsmark pulled out new features. You guys see this? It's crazy.
And Canada, you had it as number 2, right?
You said Mexico, Canada, who else?
Mexico, Canada, Martinique, and Cuba. That's what we were joking about.
Yeah. Mexico and Canada. Man, I gotta learn how to do this. This is a game changer.
All right, so this is Joe. All right.
You guys see this? This is Paul. This is Paul's finest work right here.
All right, so Group A. I should just pull out the spreadsheet. I want to do much easier.
Oh, he's not even talking about spreadsheets. If you guys haven't noticed, Paul's the brains of a lot of things we do. I'm just more of the idea guy.
All right. So I agree. Mexico 1, Canada 2. All right. Group B is Bermuda, Costa Rica, Nicaragua. We both agree Costa Rica is going to be number 1 in this group, right? I think so.
Yep.
And then you said Haiti was going to end up number 2 for you. And
Yes.
I said Nicaragua for me. And you were like, I don't even know nobody from there. You'd be surprised, man.
From where?
Nicaragua.
Nah, brother. I was just looking at the Nicaragua national team and I didn't recognize the name. Not a soul.
So, all right, Group C is the one with Jamaica, El Salvador, um, Honduras, and who did you have for first in that one?
I said Jamaica, Honduras. What was it?
Jamaica, Honduras, El Salvador.
Jamaica, Honduras, El Salvador. You said Guyana's in that group, right?
No, Guyana's in the next group. The other one in Group C is Curacao.
Oh, nah. I got Jamaica 1 and Honduras 2.
All right. And I have Jamaica 1, El Salvador 2. And what do you have the U.S. at? In Group D.
Let's see. He said it's the U.S., Trinidad, who else?
U.S., Trinidad, Panama, and Guyana.
I got Panama 1, U.S. 2.
Ah, me too.
Don't hate me. Don't hate me.
No faith in you, Team USA.
Nope. Nope.
Oh my gosh! All right, so
Not this year.
by this it would be in your brackets you would have Mexico versus Haiti in the next round, Costa Rica versus Canada, Jamaica versus USA, and Honduras versus Panama.
He said A is 1 versus D is 2. Or
yeah, the ones play those two. A and B play against each other. C and D play against each other. So C1 plays D2.
yeah. So out of that, I have the U.S. and Honduras advancing, and at A and B, I have Mexico and Costa Rica advancing.
Yeah, see that one. Think that one. To be one to qualifier 1 place. All right. So you have Mexico and Honduras, Mexico and Canada winning their games.
No, so you said it's 1. You said
so
it's
Mexico
1
plays Haiti, and Costa Rica, and Mexico and Costa Rica, Canada.
I have Mexico and Costa Rica winning.
Okay, so then it would be Mexico versus Costa Rica in semis.
And on the other one, I have the U.S. and Canada both winning their games.
Wow. That much faith? Wow.
I have the U.S. beating Jamaica, yeah.
So who's in the final then?
Mexico versus Panama.
Interesting. I like that.
Yep.
And who do you have winning that one?
El Tree.
Oh, Mexico with the win. Nice. All right. So the way I see this is I got let me see here. See, here's the thing. I gotta find a better way. Something I gotta do with spreadsheets. Uh, I might do the same. I might do actually. Yeah, I might do the same. Mexico versus Costa Rica. But here, here is where I will surprise everybody. Versus Panama. And in my final, I'll have the Reggae Boys. I'm going in with the Reggae Boys. Don't ask me why.
Smith here. Whoa.
Don't ask me why.
Jamaica versus
I got
Mexico versus Jamaica in the final, and Jamaica beats Mexico in the final.
No. No. I got Mexico. I got Mexico winning it all as well too. But I have a different final though. I have a different final.
Jamaica beating Panama. Wow.
Yeah. I have Jamaica beating Panama. I have because the thing is Panama. I have to look at the squad, but I don't think they've gotten any younger. I think they're staying with their squad. You know.
See, now my thing would be different if Costa Rica faced Panama. I'd have Costa Rica versus Mexico in the final. Oh, what are we doing here? I'm scared.
All right. So.
Are you going to convert this into an article at a later date?
So now we come into my favorite of all time to watch since I was a little kid. Copa America.
Here we go.
I love watching Copa America. As a young kid, I always loved watching this. It was like a family event, man. Family always watching this. Like grandparents, oh man. So Copa America starts right around the same time as the Gold Cup. And we have the groups that are being split. Get this quick. Come on. Where are my groups at? Because we have two interesting invitees that we have this year, this tournament, which is Qatar and Japan.
I'm gonna just be you know me, I'm gonna just be biased with this one, so you already know where I'm going. And everybody that doesn't know me knows who I go for in soccer. You're gonna very soon see where I'm going with it.
All right, try to get the groups.
Almost where I'm going with this.
All right.
There's only 3 groups. How does that work?
Group A, Group B, C. Yep. So there are the groups. Yeah, Brazil, Peru. What was that?
Bolivia and Colombia.
No, it's Venezuela.
Oh yeah. Bolivia and Venezuela. My bad.
So,
Everybody
all right.
hate me now.
Argentina.
Colombia.
Uruguay.
Uruguay?
Japan.
You said like you're not American? Like Uruguay?
No, man. My Uruguayan friends will kill me. All right. So here's a funny thing. I actually put it the way I feel it's gonna end up.
Oh boy.
That's how I feel it's gonna end up. This is the team to watch. People are gonna sleep on them, and they will be surprising everybody. But that's how I see it coming out.
Let's get these predictions going.
How do you feel it's gonna go out?
Oh boy. Let's get these predictions going.
Yeah.
18 days? Damn.
Oh yeah.
Everything happens in the summer, but that's why it's always an awesome summer in soccer regardless. It's always these cups going on or Euros or World Cup or something always going
Yeah.
on.
Because see, look at this. You have the last games are on the 24th of June. You see my screen right now with the calendar?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have the last two games on the 24th of June, and you have 3 days of rest, and then you start the next round, the quarterfinals. This is why I love this tournament, bro. It's like you have so many games like on the 14th all the way to July 7th. Like in less than a month, you have all these games right here. Like in a matter of 10 days, you have the majority of the games being taken out, and then you spread out the rest of the games slowly but surely. Like it's this tournament is older than the World Cup. Put it that way. This tournament is older than the World Cup. This is why this is so big for me. It's like so here it's like because there's 3 groups, you have the top 2 teams go and the 2 best third place teams advance as well. So even though like see how I have Bolivia, Qatar, Ecuador, like Ecuador could still like well hold on, let me move this around because that's not how I want him. I don't want them there. I want them here. So it's gonna be Paraguay. There you go. Qatar will be lucky to score a goal. I'm serious, man. They'll be lucky to score a goal, man. All right. So that's how it's gonna work. And I think Venezuela and Ecuador are gonna actually advance as the best 2 third place teams.
All right. So are we doing predictions or what? What are we doing?
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm ready because you might hate me.
Go ahead.
Nah, you gotta go first. I went first last time.
Oh, that's my squad right there.
This is your 3. All right. So, yeah. There are your predictions. All right. Do I get my own spreadsheet, or are you gonna
Yeah. You're
put
getting
me
your
in?
own.
Oh yeah, bet.
There you go. There you go. Just let me
All
know what
right.
order you want them in.
All right. So here you go. Here we go. I'm gonna need you to switch Peru and Venezuela,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna need you to switch. I need you to put Japan in third, and then Chile. Actually, no. I need you to put Japan. Leave Japan where it is. Switch Ecuador and Chile.
Okay.
That's my thing. That's what I got. That's it.
Okay. Now, do Peru and Chile both make it to the next round as the best third place teams?
Yep.
Or does Paraguay make it and one of these two gets knocked out?
Nah, I got Peru and Chile.
All right. So, looking over here, 1A plays either 3B or 3C. So, it'll be man. I'm almost typing in Spanish.
You're getting a little too excited.
All right. So we got Brazil, 1A. Right. So in your bracket, they're playing either Paraguay, but because they're not there, they're playing Chile. The next game is 2A versus 2B. That don't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Now it makes sense. I get it. So the next one is second place of A versus second place of B. So that will be Venezuela versus Colombia. Next game is 1B, 2C. Argentina versus Peru versus. Wait, hold on.
Oh, what are we doing?
Wait, hold on.
Oh, I just talked you up so much.
Yeah, this is yeah.
This guy is a wizard, and this is what you're doing.
That's Japan. I just lost my concentration. So here it's gonna be oh my gosh, bro.
This is what we like to see. This is what we like.
You picked out actually a pretty good game on this one. So these are actually pretty good games. Like like these two right here. These two right here. This one right here is gonna be interesting to watch. It's gonna be interesting because last year in the qualifiers, Chile had a chance to qualify for the World Cup, but Brazil knocked them out. Mm-hmm. So this is like a revenge game. This one is an interesting game to watch as well. But these two to me are very good. Are also good to watch. This is if I had to rate these in like from 1 to 4, what to watch. This will be the last one, but it's not in a bad way. But it's like that's a good game to watch because there's a revenge factor. This is a good game to watch because Argentina matching up against Japan, and the style of Japan. For people that haven't watched them, it reminds me a lot of Brazil. So that's why it's going to be interesting to watch. And this one, golly, man, like these two teams have played like just good games. I mean, Peru is beating them, and Uruguay's beating us. So I mean, we've beaten them, and so it's a good game to watch. So, all right. So who do you have winning on these games?
Well, I mean, Brazil, you already know where I'm going. So. That's the bias.
Okay.
It's all about Brazil selection. It depends. I gotta see our. You know what? I gotta see our roster because they're gonna piss me off with their roster. That's what they're gonna do. This is what they always do. Especially when we had freaking Dunga. Oh my god, yo! That's all that dude did was just pick like the 10 best players in the Brazil leagues and Neymar. That's all he did. Like, he finally got fired. Where is Brazil? Oh, and we're hosting?
Yeah.
Where's Brazil's roster for this game? Let's see. Oh, we weren't fucking around. around today. We were fucking around this game.
Mhm.
Allison, Ederson, Danny Alves, Thiago Silva, Miranda, Felipe Luis, Marquinhos, Alessandro, Wagner, Edel Milito, Fernandinho, Felipe Coutinho, Casemiro, Arthur, Neymar, Firmino, Gabriel Jesus, Richarlison, and David Neres. We're not playing around this year. We went like World Cup status with this roster. Damn.
Mhm.
I didn't know Richarlison was only 22. That's crazy. Damn.
Yeah, he's young.
Damn. Who's first on this team? Everybody is freaking Neymar is like the old vet. That's crazy. Fernandinho, 34. Wagner's 29. Felipe Luis, 33. Miranda, 34. Thiago Silva, 34. Danny Alves, 36. Man, they were fucking around with this roster. I like it. Definitely like it.
That's how mine's looking.
Oh, okay. There, the Peru bias. Okay, Peruvian Paul. Peru bias.
Whoa, it's we have to understand. We were in third place for the last two Copa America tournaments. Third place in the last two Copa America tournaments. So we got some. Yeah, don't be sleeping on us, man. All right, so who you got? You got Brazil over Chile. Who do you got Venezuela and Colombia?
Colombia.
Oh, okay. And
Thomas playing?
Argentina. What's that?
Thomas playing?
Thomas.
Thomas.
Oh, James. Oh yeah, he's playing. Unless he's injured somehow from today until the start of camp, he's playing. Argentina and Japan.
Are Messi and Dybala playing?
Messi's there, but if Messi's playing, Dybala's not playing. He'll be on the bench. They don't play them together because the coach hasn't figured a way how to play them together. He's a freaking idiot. And then their fans like, oh, Messi this, Messi that. I'm like, bro, like when your coach can't figure out how to play your two best players together, it's not his fault.
Is this still Sampioli?
I think they fired him. They fired him, I think.
I wanted him for Barca until I saw that whole yeah, I think he was doing well as a manager, and then I saw like that whole debacle, and I was like, okay, never mind. He can go.
Can't spell his name now.
Sampioli, SAMP.
There it was.
Sampioli.
Right.
I don't know where he is.
So you got Argentina or Japan?
Give me Japan. We'll go Japan on this one. Damn right. Damn right.
If you guys aren't paying attention, we're going for the upset with Japan. Like we both are. We both are. we both are. Like Japan is my team. Like in this tournament to watch. If you watch this tournament, Japan is the one to watch. Like they will be surprising them heads. They're surprising them heads. Yes.
I don't know why they're in this tournament, but I think they're gonna take it. Because be Argentina.
They invite other countries because like we have so many little teams, so many little countries. We extend like 2 invitations every tournament for anybody. U.S. and Mexico used to play in this tournament as well. Mexico used to do pretty good in this tournament, which I was surprised. So, yeah.
I'm not surprised with that. Mexico's usually pretty solid.
Uruguay versus Peru.
Peru. The best player ever in Uruguay history. My boy Diego Forlan is retired. That dude was a beast.
Yeah, they got Suarez, but I'm not sure if he's going to be covered in time from the knee surgery to
Suarez
play.
can do anything without the ball at his feet.
He could still do.
And I'm not worried about. I mean, I'm not that I'm worried about him at all, but I don't really see like again like he. Like I said, I don't see him being able to do anything without the ball at his feet. Like I don't see him creating without it or anything, or just moving around or anything. I don't see it.
Whoa. How the heck did this happen? Sampoli is over in he's the coach of Santos.
He's in Brazil.
Yeah, he's their coach now. It's interesting. I never would have figured it, but okay.
Let's see. I wonder who's Brazil? Not Brazil. Who's Argentina's coach now?
Does it matter? Bro, they've gone through more coaches than freaking than somebody than like a freaking person changing underwears in one day or a week.
Oh man, George Sampioli.
Lionel Scaloni is their coach now.
Yeah.
He used to be a player.
Where was Sampioli?
Here's the funny part. This is the first team he's actually fully managing. It's the first team he's fully managing.
He was a player.
Huh?
Oh, he was a player too. I was just looking at him too right now.
Yeah, Scaloni.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first team he's actually managing. He was the assistant in Sevilla in 16-17, and in 17 he became the assistant in Argentina, and then he became the caretaker last year before they finally made it permanent. I'm just like, what? Oh.
I mean,
man.
It seems like he has a solid career playing wise, but
we'll see what happens.
So
I'm putting in Brazil beating Chile. I'm just rough estimate.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even like fair to look at Argentina's roster because obviously we know they have everybody, but like you could say that about the World Cup and what happened.
We have some pretty interesting semifinal games here. Pretty interesting.
Shit.
I like these. I really like these semifinal games. Like I would love to see that game, and that's always a good game. That's gonna be a good game to see if that happens. To see Uruguay's toughness against Japan's like style of play, and if they can rough them up.
Japan's so technically sound though.
Yeah, but like the one way you could get around a technical person gets physical with them. So that's what's going to be interesting is if Uruguay being physical with Japan, if it knocks them off their off of them being, if it stops them being so technical, and it knocks them off their game. So, but the Brazil-Peru game is going to be interesting because the last Copa America, Peru eliminated Brazil in the quarterfinals in a very controversial way. Or was it in the group stages? I think it was the group stages they were playing, and then Brazil had to win in order to qualify in the next round. But Peru beat them. It was the group stages, yeah. So Brazil still has it out for Peru.
From what I remember, the last Copa America that I watched, Brazil played like shit anyway, so they didn't deserve to be in it. In the last
that was the one. That was the one here in the United States, remember?
Yeah, that was the one where their goalie, I forget who the goalie was playing, who the goalie was, but I don't think it was Allison. But was it Allison? It might have been Allison actually. I think about it, but there was like that one goal where I think it was Costa Rica or Peru. I think it was somebody who like I don't know. It might have been Chile actually, where I think the guy crossed it from like by the corner flag, and it like bounced off the post and it hit the goalkeeper's leg and went in or something like that, and it went over, but then he kicked it back out and it said no goal. Like, and I'm just sitting here watching, like this is bad. It was bad goalkeeping. It was like the whole back four was shit. Like that's what I was talking about, where they were just picking like 10 random Brazilians to play and like Neymar, and it was just pissing me off. Like, and Dunga was standing on the sideline, like, it's like he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And that was, I believe that was last year. I'm not sure.
Yeah, United States was fourth place in this tournament. The last one, which is annoying because of the fact that it's like, yeah, they didn't deserve that one. They didn't, man. All right. So here's the thing. Their first game was against Colombia, right? And then they opened up the Copa America against Colombia. And then I'm watching, I'm like, are they scared to play them? Like, what is going on here? Because it's like they're not putting pressure, they're not doing anything. I'm like, are they scared to play them? Like, seriously? You're kidding me, right? Like, are they really scared? Like, oh my gosh. They lost 2-0 to that game. They beat Costa Rica 4-0, and they barely beat Paraguay 1-0. And it's like,
Oh, it depends on what U.S. teams just shows up.
yeah,
I think that was a tournament John Anthony Brooks like balled the hell out though.
yeah. And then, yeah, we knocked out Brazil in that one in the group stage. We beat them. I remember looking at the report. Let me see. Like in the 75th minute, we scored a goal. That's what it was. Who was Allison was the goalie.
There you go.
Yeah, Allison was the goalie. All right. So who do you have here in your semifinals going to the final?
This one's interesting. But I'm gonna go obviously Brazil so to the final. Obviously. You should have asked who do you have Brazil beating in the finals, what you should have asked me. But I got Brazil in the final, and oh man, I'm gonna go Peru. I want to go Peru beats Japan because of what you said. Like I think Japan is a very technically sound team, but I think if Peru can knock them off their game, get physical with them, and get them kind of like backing off the ball, then I see Peru having their way with Japan. I don't see in a battle of physicality. I don't see in a battle of physicality. I don't see Japan hanging around.
Guess my final. Brazil, Uruguay.
That's interesting. That's interesting because, in all honesty, I see Japan beating Uruguay.
I doubt I would see Japan beat Uruguay. I mean, if it's just the way that the Uruguay plays, I don't see Uruguay letting them play their game. Like you would see, like here's the thing: when you see the 3 games they play in Group C, you'll be like, oh wow, this is a sound Japan team and this and that, very technical. They run hard. When you see them play against Argentina, Argentina will get physical with them, but it won't be enough. Like Argentina and Uruguay are both physical, but to me, Uruguay is more physical than Argentina. Japan will find a way to beat Argentina, and Argentina will rely so much on Messi that they just won't be able to pull it out. But on the Uruguay match, they don't have a superstar like Messi, so it's a team effort. Now, my concern is if Suarez is going to be there. They'll be fine with Cavani and other players, but having Suarez gives them another element up front. So I don't
Right.
think Japan has enough to. I think the physicality in this game will throw Japan off, and they won't have a way to respond. I think uh, Japan will lose Uruguay 2-1 or 3-1, and then Brazil Peru, forget about it, man. That is going to be bad for us, unfortunately. We always, yeah, we do bad against Brazil a lot, majority of the time. That's I hate watching those games. It's just like, please, just please keep it close, please. Like I know we can, just please. And look, here's the thing: this final right here is a lot bigger than what people realize it because there's a lot of history here. There was a oh I can't remember what I can't remember the history on this one.
Come on now, you're
I
old,
think it
bro.
was. I can't remember if it was a World Cup qualifier, a World Cup game, or a Copa America game. But it was a big game. It was in Brazil. Brazil was winning, and Uruguay came back and stole the game in their stadium. Let me see where the finals at. If it's in the same stadium or not. Uh, yeah, it's at the Maracanã. Yeah, man. So that was the thing too. Going into the World Cup in Brazil, they were trying to exercise those demons of losing that. When Brazil lost that, um, it was just too much apparently.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah, Uruguay versus Brazil was a decisive match in the final group stage of the 1950 World Cup. Yeah, that's what it was. And it's been like a ghost. It's been a ghost. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. So that's what I'm saying. That this game has more meaning than people realize. It's more than just the Copa America final. It's more than just you know being it's and being it's at the Maracanã again. Oh my gosh, bro! It's just it's that final. Like you couldn't have scripted any better for Brazil to try to exercise any demons. I mean, I I I can't name a winner here because I'm going off of what Brazil's putting on the squad, but the concern is like how are they going to play? You know, how are they going to
You know
play?
which way to go. You know which way to go. You know which way to go, Paul. Do the right thing.
The thing is, Uruguay always played Brazil hard. Uruguay always gives Brazil fits, like
Let me
always,
find
always,
my Brazil
always.
scarf. Let me find my Brazil scarf.
Uh, uh,
Let me just look for it real quick. See if I can break out my Brazil scarf for you.
the my thing is the Luis Suarez is my X factor if he's there or not. He's my biggest X factor. Um, like I know Uruguay is not based around him, but it's like you were talking about an X factor in goal value here on a national team stage. This is different than Barca. Oh, oh. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with my friends. I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm not gonna go with my mind and my brain. I'm gonna go with Uruguay.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go with Uruguay, and I'm gonna say that you're gonna see a lot of Brazilians crying after this game because of this. I have Brazilian friends, and if they are watching, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I just don't think. I just don't think. I honestly don't have that much faith in Brazil because like, I just the squad is not there like it used to be, man. Like, I'm not sure if it's the players' mentalities or the coaches that keep bringing in, but it's not like the Juego Bonito like before. Like, I don't know. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out, if it's the players. They got personal issues that they just don't want to play a certain way. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, when they in the last World Cup, like when they lost to Belgium, I was actually shocked because I expected a better game from Brazil, and even though Belgium was a really good team, I actually expected Brazil to win. Call me crazy, but I really did. But that's why I'm saying I don't know what's going on. If it's an issue with the player, the coaching, the style, I really don't know. But I think this is going to be another one where they lose this one, and it's going to be it's going to be a bad look for Neymar if they lose this one, like I'm predicting. You know, because now it comes down like you were the future of our nation, and you have won what for us on the major levels. You know, like no World Cup. I mean, I don't think they won a Copa America on him at all either. You know, it's not a good look for him.
I mean, I don't know. It's like I said, Brazil's whole. From when I was watching, to me, Brazil's whole problem is just like they put too much pressure on it just being Neymar because they don't. Sometimes, like I said again with Dunga, when Dunga was there, he was just putting like just random Brazil players on the field and then getting Neymar, like, and just thinking everything was gonna be fine. And it's like you can't do that. Like, you still got to give the guy some help. Like, you know, it's like you look at the back line and you didn't see like even like a David Luiz or a Marquinhos or a Thiago Silva or Felipe Luis, anybody back there. You were just seeing just like Wagner's and Fred's and just like random Brazil players. It's like you gotta get some people, like, not, you can't just be like, oh, he's Brazilian, he must be like a world class player. Like, no, like, you gotta actually get real players, man. That's been the problem a lot of the time. And even like the year that Neymar got hurt, I thought we were gonna go far until he got hurt, and then that just demoralized the whole nation. Like, when he got hurt, like, it was over. He got hurt, and then we like lost like 7-2 to Germany. Like, and it was just over after that fact. You know, and just this cup is gonna, I think, say a lot. It's gonna say whether we need to. I'm not gonna say get a different manager because I believe this guy's a new manager, but it's gonna say a lot, like you said, with Neymar's legacy as far as leading Brazil back to what they used to be. But the one thing we do need to do is we need to get younger on the back line. That's like the main thing we have to do, because our whole back four is like well over 30. That's the main thing. I mean, you got Marquinhos, but then you got Thiago Silva's 34, Felipe Luis is 33, Dani Alves is 36. Like, so like our whole back line besides Marquinhos is well over 30. I think that's the main thing. Like, Casemiro, you got him as your defensive mid. He's like 25, 26. That's fine. But I think it's been our problem with a lot lately. Anyways, giving up a lot of things on defense. But I think if Neymar's going to have Firmino up there as a striker, so I think that attack that should be fine. But I think we have a really good shot of winning this tournament. It's not just off of Brazil bias. Like, if I was just sitting here looking like I'm not going to say like at rosters, because if you look at Argentina's roster, they're fucking loaded. But like, just going off of like play styles and trends and just like watching people play, like, I'd still give a nod to Brazil in this tournament based off of that alone. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It definitely is. I'm looking forward to it because I was waking up like all the time watching all the fucking EPL games this season. I was watching a lot of that shit. And now that that's over, it's like like I haven't watched a soccer match in like 2 weeks, which
Yeah.
sucks to say
Hmm?
because there's so much like, especially having like the Watch ESPN app, ESPN Plus, all that stuff. You get all the MLS Soccer Saturday stuff, but it's just like it's not the same as DPL. Like it's cool to watch because it's in your home country. But
Retired league.
all right, wrap the show up. We're done. We're done. Good night, everybody. Fun.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, TT's still the coach, the same one from the World Cup. They didn't change coaches.
Yeah, but
They
we
didn't
had
change
Judas
coaches.
for a minute.
Yeah, I know, but they still kept TT. I mean, he did good. It's just like I said, it's like, I don't know what's the issue. Is it the players? Like, all right, so you have players sometimes that are league players. They will only their skill sets pretty much only qualify for league games. When you bring them up to the national team, it's like it's not the same. Either they can't handle the pressure of playing for a national team, or it's for some reason they don't play well on national team. Or is it? And then there's some players that they're decent on the league team. When you call them on the national team, they're like superstars, man, like rock stars, you know. But when you look at them on the club team, you're like, why can't you do what you did at national team at your club level? It's weird. Sometimes it's like that, man. It's like I remember some teams will call, and I'm like, he's a club player, man. He's a bench, or he's decent, or he's not even all that. And then when he plays on national team, like, whoa, what was that at? You know, why can't I see that when he's on his club team? So it's kind of strange, but with Brazil, it's like I'm getting more of a feeling. It's like, are you guys just club players and not national team players? Like
I
I
don't
don't get
know.
it.
Like
Like it's the pressure too much, pressure praying for Brazil too much for you guys, and it happens. And it happens. But you got to get over it. You got to figure something out, man. You got to figure something out because if you can't deal with it, just say you can't and just have somebody else come in.
I don't know. Like it's funny because there's certain sports where like it can just be all about like X's and O's and but like to me like when I started watching soccer like it was more than just like a it was just more than like a formations kind of game to me. It was like when you watch soccer, especially like on the international level, you can see these people playing with like heart and soul, and it's like when I watched Brazil play, like the reason I fell in love with Brazil's team was seeing them just it looked like they were out there having fun, like it looked like they just
Yeah.
put their whole soul into the game. It's like they just play with their heart and they play with passion. It's just like lately I don't see that. Like I just
That's
see
the
people
whole,
playing.
that's the
Like
juego bonito that I'm talking about. That's
like
what they were calling. That's what they were calling it.
that's what made me fall in love with watching with Brazil. Like, and I always said it was like when me and my brother were younger. My dad used to work uh, out. He's kind of like like an overnight janitor, right?
Hmm.
So we used to me and my brother. When this is when I was probably like 5, 6 years old. My brother was like maybe 10 or 11, and we used to go out to this temple. He used to work at a temple overnight, and we used to go out there and the whole day, whatever. We'd be out just wandering around, playing, doing whatever. But at the end of the night, like we always used to go into like I guess it was like the janitor's room. We used to go into the janitor's room, and he had this one guy who was his his coworker, and that dude was Brazilian. And we used to sit there, and there used to be he used to get this little small like TV, like 10, 12, 15, whatever bullshit it was, and we used to watch soccer. And it was for some reason it was always Brazil playing. And this was probably maybe like in I want to say like '97, something like that. And it
Hmm.
was just like when I used to watch these guys play, and this is one of the earliest memories I've ever had of soccer. It was just watching them play. It was just watching the skill moves these guys would come out with and the passes, and just the passion for the game they play. Then when they score, they will all go running off and they'd be like dancing and just having the time of their lives, like. And that's what people are like. Yo, why are you a Brazil fan? Like I'm just like it. It's that I saw them play. I saw sports and I saw soccer at its simplest and most beautiful form. Like,
Hmm.
and I think they've gotten away from that. I feel like that is really the reason why they've been so unsuccessful lately. They they don't it's like when a coach tells you in football. Like coaches told me all the time, like leave your heart out on the field. And I did that when I played football. I did that. I put my heart and soul out on the field. So when my career was over as a football player, I cried about it. Like, and I see like some of these Brazil people, is like these players, is like they lose the game, then they walk off the pitch, smiling, laughing, whatever. It's like, no, you just knocked out of a tournament, and you're the host nation of the tournament, so you lost in your home country, and you're walking off the field like just like yeah. So you hanging out tonight? Like no, like fuck that. Like I'm not. I don't care about anything else right now. Like I've let my home country down. I've let myself down, my family down, my friends, my fans. Like I've let everybody down, and that's just what I. That to me is the key problem with Brazil. It doesn't matter who the players are. It doesn't matter who the manager is. It doesn't matter who anybody is. If you're not putting your heart and your soul into it, like 100%, like you're not going to produce results. So that's why I keep saying I think it's going to be interesting with this cast of characters because we've talked so much on and off camera about Neymar and his antics and his bullshit, and you know, is he really that leader that can bring Brazil back to its once former glory? Like me and you talk soccer like all the time. It's like what's he done on an international level? Like he's had some great goals, some great moments, but until you see them playing with that Brazil soul that they used to play with, I don't see them winning anything. So there's my rant.
Yeah, and he's not getting young. He's 27. Like he's
Yep.
turned 27 in February. So we're looking at he has one more World Cup, if that, at 31.
When the World Cup was last year?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
World Cup
last
last
time.
year. So, yeah,
So yes, it's 3 years. So at 30, he has one World Cup, if that.
he'll have one. I'll say he definitely has one more. He, I say he pushes it and is a backup for a second one at 34. I say he comes on like a Ronaldinho or a Luis Fabiano role at 34, comes in like 65th minute, 70th minute, and tries to just get some of that Neymar magic and score goals.
It could happen. I mean, it's
Yeah,
possible. It's going to be here in the U.S. at that point. So
yeah.
I wouldn't see why not. But again, we have to see what comes up because now you have Vinicius Jr., who's what 17, and I think he's on the squad this year too for the Copa America. I think just read it off. Is he on the squad?
Um, I just had that shit too. What's his name?
Vinicius Jr.
Oh no, he's not.
Really?
Yeah, he's
I'm
not.
surprised. I'm surprised he's not on there. Really
From what I read,
surprised.
he's not on it.
Wow.
Let me just
Bit.
make sure. But from what I read, he wasn't.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not. I mean, it. All right, so you have Vinicius Jr. He's gonna be the main focus of attack in a couple of years.
There it is, yeah. Vinicius Jr., Fabinho, and Lucas Moura are among the big names to miss selection by Brazil coach Tite for next month's Copa America.
Yeah, he's 18. He's 18.
Yep.
So
He he's opted against Tite has opted against bringing Vinicius on, who has yet to earn a senior cap, instead of putting more faith in his experienced forwards. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Um, if forwards that he picked aren't effective, if he's gonna get flack for not taking Vinicius, even though he's 18. But I mean, Brazilian forwards have always been like a commodity. Like I don't care what, like if you get a Brazilian forward, like he's a good golden commodity. You know, um,
Oh, yeah.
so it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. These tournaments are actually great to see. Something to something to watch in the summer after a World Cup, before a World Cup. Um, so this is going to be interesting to see, especially for the USA, because they have the new coach. And even though they had a couple of friendlies and they won them, um, I wasn't too convinced because like when it comes to friendlies, you don't know what the other team's purposes are. Are they playing 100%? Are they trying new tactics? Uh, are they just trying players? So you're not getting full speed everything from the other team. So whatever you did could work, but it might not be working because of what you did. It could be working because the other team is not. It's trying new tactics, new players, a lot of things that allows your tactics to work. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's going to be interesting to see. Like the USA is a team I want to keep an eye on, and their new coach. I really wasn't a fan of his because I didn't agree on his style. I didn't think the USA has a squad to play his style. We'll see what happens. I mean, I could be wrong, but again, prove me. That's what I like to say when I have these conversations with myself about that. If they're wrong, if I'm wrong about a player, wrong about a team, wrong about a coach, something, all right, prove me wrong. Like show me that I'm wrong in my opinion. You know. So
Yep.
we'll see what they do. I just like you. I just don't think Brazil's gonna pull this off. You have faith in it, and I can see because of the combinations that you picked. I mean, it kind of makes it an easy path for them. But the path the way I went, it's not so difficult, not so easy for them. Um, so we'll see how it works out. We'll see uh, what's coming up because June is right around the corner. Everybody, it's gonna start. So we have June full of games, like around 14, 15. It's when both these tournaments start, and then go into July. The Europa, European UEFA Nations Cup, whatever they call that thing now, I don't even know, man. Those are 4 games, like on the 5th, the 6th of June, and then again on the 9th. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I'd rather watch the Euro. That's next year, I think. I don't know what they're doing now. um, but I'm gonna keep track of these. We're gonna see how it works out. We're gonna see. We just did this regular setup here. We'll see how it works out. We'll see if either one of us is correct. How far we got into this correction. If not, hey, it's all for fun. We didn't get into any transfer rumor talks, but we're still trying to. There's a lot of stuff that's going around that we're still trying to get confirmation on. That's floating through. So hopefully on the next show, we get some more confirmations. We don't want to ruin anything for you right now. Uh, Again, follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at Sportsmarks Analyst. And don't forget the website, thesportsmarksanalyst.com as well. All right. Until next time, everybody. See ya.